Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sakina. Sakina is my Muslim name. My real name is Radha Reddy. I'm from Tavua, Fiji. My background is somewhat like this. I'm from a very religious Hindu family. They were very strict and very religious in our religion, Hinduism. I got two sisters, one brother. When I was living in Fiji, I went to school, primary school, high school, studied school, worked and all that. During my time when I was in Fiji, I was, following what my family were following, what my mum and dad were following, which was the religion of Hinduism. The funny thing about that was mum and dad used to do their prayers on a Sunday. I used to do my prayer on a Monday, and my sisters used to do their prayer on Friday. So it was like on a Monday, mum will cook vegetarian food for me. Then she'll cook something vegetarian on a Friday for my sisters, and then it was their Sunday vegetarian day. So I suppose pretty much from the beginning, I always thought, there was a thing behind my mind. What are we doing, or why are we doing this way? And every time I asked my dad or my mum or a pandit or someone, what's this? Why one person, can eat on a Monday, meat and another day they can't, sort of thing. And nobody really managed to give me a good answer or a solid answer to, so the confusion was always there. Anyway, because mum and dad was following the religion, I was following the religion, I was pretty much doing exactly what they were doing. And then I remember when I was in class 8 and I was a head girl at that time. We had few Muslim girls in our classes, and it was the time of Ramadan when they were fasting, and it was, as in Fiji, it can get up to 40 degrees or so. It was very hot, and the girls were sort of doing exactly what we were doing outside, exercising and cleaning, picking up the rubbish, things like that. And I thought, as a head girl, I think I should do a bit of research, why these girls are doing this, and find out how I can help them, how I can support them. So I went and talked to them, and they said, oh, this is our religion, this is what we're doing. And at that point, it sort of, clicked to me, oh, this is quite amazing, this is very interesting, It like really amazed me that although it's so hot, how they're managing to do fasting from in the morning till the afternoon. So as a joke, I said to them, inshallah, one day I will be a Muslim as well. And they said, oh, yeah, if you need any assistance, any help, anything, you just feel free to come and talk to us. And then I thought, yeah, as if I will, In very few simple words, I will describe myself before I was a Muslim, very arrogant. I was very racist. I used to absolutely hate Islam. And I will use the word hate because that was the extent of my feeling towards Islam. And with Muslim people, I always used to sort of see them as terrorists, with a woman or a man, and always sort of tried to keep myself away from Muslim people. The village I'm from, it's a very multicultural village. We had Punjabis, we had Muslims, we had Fijians, Hindus, South Indians. It was a bit of mixture. And I used to sort of mingle with everyone except for Muslim people. And then when I started going high school, sort of started hanging out with other colleagues, other schoolmates and all that, and we sort of started talking in groups like, we always had something bad to say about Islam or the people of Muslim. And then one day I found out that my very close cousin, he's become a Muslim. And I sort of thought like, oh, this is not good, I must talk to this, this cousin of mine and find out what's happening. These people have done sort of jadoo or something on him. And he tried to talk to me, and he knew that, oh, no point talking to Sakina because she's not going to listen. And then after a few weeks later, I find out that he changed his name. He's become a Muslim, and the main reason, I suppose, behind him becoming a Muslim was because he wanted to marry a Muslim girl, and before you can marry a Muslim girl, there was a thing that you have to become a Muslim. And then I said to my mum and dad, see, I told you, these Muslim people, they always want to convert people, they always want you to follow their religion, they can't marry you because you're not a Muslim, they always think we're not good enough for them. And it really, really annoyed me and made me very angry, So I completely stopped talking to my cousin. I said, okay, well, if you want to be a Muslim, you be a Muslim, you're not my cousin anymore. So my hatred towards Islam and Muslim people sort of grew from there. There were a lot of things in Hinduism which wasn't making sense to me. First of all, of course, you can only eat vegetarian on certain days. One person can eat on a Monday, one day, people were saying we're not allowed to eat beef or cow meat. However, I was finding Hindus eating beef. And I thought, are we allowed to? Are we not allowed to? So I went to a pujari and I asked him, tell me where exactly in our books it says we can't. So he sort of gave me, some reasons, and there were like too many reasons. And I thought, no, this can't be true. So I tried to read the books. However, I was told that no, you can't touch the Ramayana, you can't touch the Gita. And I thought, okay, all right, I have to respect that. If they think that, maybe women not allowed to touch the book, or we're not good enough to read one of these books. So I kind of left it there, but always behind the back of my mind, always was unsure about the religion, but I was too scared to really go and question anyone. I tried with my dad a few times, and my dad said, our forefathers followed it, we just follow it, you just do what I'm doing it, and then when you get married, you just follow your husband. And I thought, okay, Dad, no problem. Then I met a few of my Fijian friends who were Christians. And really, I really started getting towards Christian, something about Christianity. I think it was Jesus, the stories about Jesus, how amazing he was, all the miracles he did and all that. And I thought, there's something about this religion here. So I kind of moved towards Christianity, and I started reading books. I started inviting Christian people. I sort of started going out with them and started learning a lot about Christianity. And for a while, I was very happy with Christianity. I thought, I think the amazing story about Christianity was how they kept saying, Jesus will come back, Jesus will come back, one day Jesus will come back. I'm sort of a person, I always like to debate. I always like to ask a lot of questions. I always want to know why. So the same problem started with Christianity as well. They will give me an answer, but only to a certain extent, so they will never be able to give me full answer. So here I was a Hindu asking questions on Hinduism, couldn't get any further. Then I started on Christianity. I sort of got my answers, but the answers weren't good enough. So I moved to New Zealand and I started working and all that, started making new friends. There were friends from, all over the country. And then I started doing full-time job at Work and Income. And the very amazing, one of the very amazing Muslim converts I met, I will mention his name, Shane Hopkins. People know him by the name of Yusuf. He was a convert and he was following the religion. I think it was good 7, 8, 10 years, and he used to talk to me a lot about religion in whole, because at the time I didn't know he was a Muslim. I thought, well, he's a Kiwi, he's a European, so obviously he's a Christian. So he used to ask me a lot of questions about my Hinduism, and although I didn't know much, I always pretended I knew everything. So we used to end up arguing all the time over the religion. And then he started giving me people's email addresses, contact numbers, and he started telling me to visit these websites. If you want to know more about the religion of Islam, you start doing your own research. Don't listen to other people. Because I always had my own opinion about the religion, sort of like every religion, I always had my own opinion, especially on Islam. I always thought it's one religion I will never follow. It's not a good religion. It's a really bad religion. They love killing people, and so pretty much everything about Islam I didn't like. And then I joined a couple groups from all over the country and started asking questions online.